Hey, Phil. Morning, Captain. Afternoon, even. Whichever way you want to view it. Okay. So, interesting developments today, guys. I mean, let's hey, Steve. Hi, Bance. Let's face it, I didn't expect crypto to crash down the way it did, but after FTX basically declaring bankruptcy, no, nothing short of, looks like we could have another Terra Luna. Even the USDT has actually lost its peg, so crypto is in a world of pain right now. If it drops down to kind of 12k for Bitcoin, I'm just going to load up my bags. I mean, my average at the moment for Bitcoin is I think it's 29. So, yeah. Hey, Vincent. But then we've got the whole crypto debacle. We've got CPI data coming out in half an hour. We've got the US jobless claims as well coming out at the same time. So we should have a bit of volatility from that. We had Veru resumed an hour ago, resumed trading after a 24-hour halt with regards to the FDA kind of voting on their drugs. So it's all going on today, guys. It's all going on today. We should see some volatility. We should see some volatility, but we're not. Which is kind of funny. You've got to laugh. So we should see some volatility in hindsight, in theory, but we're not seeing any volatility at the moment. So there's just nothing moving. And we've got Digital Turbine is the top, well, was the top gapper until a couple of moments ago, which you can't trade that. Look at this, there's no volume enough to trade it. MGNI just popped up, which is a company called Magnite. And again, there's no liquidity in this stock right now, so you can't even trade that. We've got Hoodie, and we know what happened the last time I tried to trade Hoodie. So I'm kind of a little bit cautious of going in there. The spreads are only like 5-6 cents, but you know, so it's not as bad as when I tried to trade it last week and lost a shed load of money. No, earlier this week. And what else? Rivian. Not enough liquidity. Neo had earnings this morning, so it's got the liquidity, but no movement. I mean, why am I not seeing Neo on the list? It's probably because it's not trading enough volume over the last way. Oh, it has. Don't know why I'm not seeing Neo on that list. Nah. I know why. It's not up. It's not moved at all. It's only up 5%. It should be on that list. So Neo. Let's see. Alibaba. I saw that pop up earlier. But again, liquidity's low. We've got DWAC. Let's have a quick look at those guys. It's moving up, but low liquidity, low volume again. So that's what's missing. There's nothing moving right now. Coinbase. You can't trade that. It's just rangy sideways along the VWAP right now. You can't do anything with that. Marathon Digital had its earnings last night. Didn't really do much. Not really doing much now. But Bitcoin, shocking. Shocking turn of events for Bitcoin. I mean, currently 60,500, so it's bounced since it hit the low of 15,500. Hey, what you gonna do? That was yesterday afternoon. Or yesterday evening where I am. So how are you guys getting on? You got disconnected again, Vincent? So hello again, Vincent. Don't worry, you were the last person to comment, so don't worry about that. But yeah, it's I was expecting a lot more volatility today, given the fact that we've effectively got a couple of major macroeconomic catalysts out there, which should affect the whole market. The US job claims and the CPI drop, the CPI numbers drop. But no, that will drop in 25 minutes. Well, I'm telling you, something has to be calm. There's nothing doing at the moment. Nothing moving at all. Well, aside from Hardy, and you know how I feel about that one at the moment. It's on my do not trade list, and I would have to see some rational movement with that one before I trade it again. Had a good day yesterday. 5,000 good over goal yesterday. Made a bit of an imprint into the drawdown. Over goal yesterday in the end, largely down to shorting Meta. So if you look at this on the 15, you can see we got in. We went long on Meta initially. We made some profits, and then towards later in the day, we shorted Meta first. Then it moved up, and we shorted it down again. So we in total made over $4,000 on both long and short on Meta yesterday, which was really nice. Hey Dave. Got some good trades in across the day, at the back end of the day mostly yesterday. So Meta sideways since the close, but Meta will react to the CPI data the same with the most of the other larger cap stocks. Hey baby, you okay? How am I doing, Vincent? Right now, month P&L, I'm actually about 6K up on the month. So not doing great. It's the 10th today, so we're as good as 2 weeks in. It's not been the best. Well, this week actually has not been the best. So yesterday was my first green day this week. 2 red days in a row, and a big red day last week as well. So yeah, it's been a bit of a roller coaster month so far, Vincent. So we're green on the month, which is I suppose the only positive. But I need to start trading. I'm trading a little bit more aggressively this month on purpose because I want to get onto a stock that's moving, and I really should scale in aggressively rather than just going in aggressively from the start. That's probably what I need to do differently. So let's go back to the 1 minute on this chart. Here's the S&P500 ahead of back to a 15 minute. Ahead of today's CPI drop, we had a big sell-off yesterday on the markets. So a little bit of goodness today, but I think you'll see that washed away regardless. If we get some good, the expectation is going to come in at about 8%. So if it's less than that, then we might get some goodness and a bit of a rally. But if it's more than that, which I'm expecting it to be more than that, then we're going to see the market sell off and sell off hard again. So get your fingers ready when the numbers drop. You might want to be either shorting or going long on either the SPY or whatever. Make your choice depending on what the numbers come out. Yeah, Veru. So Veru overnight gap down, dropped 60%. It resumed trading. So it was yesterday. It halted pre-market, didn't do anything, and then it gapped down. So it's showing a gap down here, but there's a day missing in between. So it gapped down, and yeah, there was basically no trading at all on Veru yesterday. It didn't get the FDA nod. The FDA voted against using its drugs, so that's why it's gapping down hard. However, that being said, if you look at Veru on the daily, it was up here at 15s. It's got a high up at like $25. It's been trading along this line for quite some time, up in like between $10 and $15. The last time it was down at $5 was before it had its big rally in April. So it's been trading up there ever since, and even then, this is kind of where it was. So I'm expecting a bit of a bounce on Veru. So I'm waiting for the signals of a bounce. If I see a 15-minute candle that claims a new high, might take a small position and see if I can ride it. And if it moves up, just scale in as it moves up. That's probably my plan with Veru today. But yeah. Pending news halt. It was about 8 o'clock yesterday. Halted news pending. Didn't resume till after 7 a.m. this morning. So, it's a good question actually, Dave. What do I think the most reactive stock will be to the numbers? Yeah, but Nvidia will be one of them. Hey, Matty. I think Meta, Nvidia, Amazon. Any of these kind of larger stocks that follow the market, but you've got to get a lot of smaller stocks that follow the market as well. That, I mean, AMC has been following the market in terms of moves and patterns and things. So you can get in on some of those smaller mid cap stocks that will sell off if we get bad CPI numbers as well. I think what you might see is a huge wash of red if we get worse than 8%. I don't think we'll get the same huge wash of green if we get less than 8%, but we'll get the markets will move up, but we'll see. What do I know? I'm just a fat bloke on the internet. I mean, we're seeing highs of stocks like Amazon, which is already beat up. Amazon's already a discount buy at the moment. So if bad CPI numbers come out and tank this stock, you know, where's the bottom for Amazon? I still think it's an absolutely fantastic opportunity to load up on Amazon at the moment, but I'm just gonna hold off and see if it reclaims kind of 95. If it goes back up to 95, I'll buy. If it keeps falling, I'll buy. I'm long on Amazon anyway, so. Hey, Minio. We're seeing a few trying to move up. Looking at Veru could be interesting. If it gets above $6, it's definitely interesting. I think if it's above $6.50, which is pretty much where it started the day, then it's definitely going to try and bounce. It's going to try and move up. And you may get $9. If it gets above $6.50, you may get, you know, $8, maybe even $9 on this across the course of the day. But let's see. It's not a prediction. It's not a stock pick. I certainly think if I was going to be trading options with Veru, I'd probably pick something like maybe $9 when the market opens, and give it until a strike date of the beginning of January, because I have no doubt that Varu will get back up to $9 in that time. I'm not saying it will, but I think there's a high likelihood. There's a huge gap there for it to fill. Now, will it fill it? It's not good. It's a gap up to kind of 10, just over $10, 10.25, 9.80, 9.83. So $10, gap up to $10. There's a big gap to fill. Morning. Is there anything that you want me to take a look at while we're waiting for these numbers to drop at the bottom of the hour? There's nothing moving right now. Just put that out. Put that out there. I've got the scanners open. I've got multiple scanners open. There's nothing really moving with any kind of volume at all. So as soon as something does start to move, we'll pick it up and we'll take a look. But if there's a stock that you want me to have a look at, or a crypto coin you want me to take a look at, or a token, and for those of you that don't know the difference between the coins and tokens, then that's a conversation for different. I'm going to explain that, but conversation for a different time, I guess. Okay, Oxy had earnings. Was it yesterday? I think it was. Pre-market, yeah, and sold off. So this is Oxy. Let's put it on the 15. So Oxy sold off on earnings yesterday and sold off all day, pretty much in line with the market. This is Occidental Petroleum, and sold off pretty much in line with the market. It's moving in line with the market. So watch for those CPI numbers with Oxy. If you're in on Oxy, those CPI numbers are going to affect it. It will move either up or down with the market on the release of those CPI numbers in approximately 12 minutes. Now, Tesla. Again, Tesla's hemorrhaging at the moment. And Tesla will also be impacted by those CPI numbers. However, that being said, Tesla's looking bearish right now anyway. The markets are slightly up, but Tesla's selling off. So Tesla might sell off regardless. But let's see. What do I know? Like I say, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This channel's about education and entertainment purposes only. Oh, get Ed there with his knowledge. Well done, Ed. Yeah, so a crypto coin has its own blockchain. A crypto token uses the blockchain of a coin. The only where it gets a bit complicated is where you get stable coins, which are actually not technically coins. They're actually tokens, but they're called stable coins. So yeah. But you're absolutely right there, Ed. So tokens use the blockchain of a coin, and a coin has its own blockchain. So the vast majority of tokens use the Ethereum blockchain, but Binance has its own blockchain. Of course, Bitcoin has its own blockchain. Even Doge has its own blockchain. But I'm not a big fan of Doge, to be honest. And the thing is with tokens is every time you transact with a token, they have to pay a fee to whatever blockchain they're using. So if you use a token that's operating on the Ethereum blockchain, then part of that transaction fee will go to Ethereum as well as to the token as well. Aggie making moves up. So it's Pineapple Energy Group. Popped up big. Over $3 now. Let's see if there's a reason for this. Hey, 57. Should call you Heinz, shouldn't I? Right, okay, so just dropped. Pineapple Energy acquires New York-based Sun Nation Energy. That's an interesting catalyst. Small float, Pineapple Energy, it's a 5 million float, so it's just acquired Sun Nation. Nice little move up. This first pullback here would have been a good one to get in on at 310. You've got 20-cent move there. Nice flag formation here. There's not a lot else moving, guys. Not with any kind of volume. Veru is moving up now. So I've got that on watch. I'm going to put Pineapple Energy on watch here for now, until I've got something better to put on. I don't have an extensive watch list right now. Quite simply because there's not a lot moving. Wadi and Veru were the only ones on it. I've just added Pineapple Energy on there as well. So let's see. I mean, Pineapple Energy has moved up big on occasion in the last month or so, and a lot of the time it's been pre-market. The big moves have been pre-market. So let's see what happens. I'm expecting worse results. I'm expecting a market dip. I'm not saying that's the case, 57, but I am expecting it. So I'm being asked, how do I think CPI will play out in a little over 7 minutes when it drops? Then, like I say, I'm expecting a dip. Put this up on the other. One up on the other screen there. I didn't do Power Hour last night, Pat. I was watching the football. I was watching Liverpool versus Burnley on beIN Sports. Well, I was watching it on Super Sport, not beIN. But yeah, so not Burnley. It was Derby, Liverpool versus Derby, and the Liverpool kids were okay. They held their own. They were at the better side on the night. They had the better chances, but lacked cutting edge. Until Firmino and Nunes and Elliott came on. And they still didn't put the... I mean, their keeper had an absolute blinder. So when it went to penalties, I was a little bit nervous because he was having an absolutely phenomenal day. But to be fair, Queeve pulled it out the bag. Good keeper is Queeve. Oh, that's good news. Kramer sees growth stocks taking another beating if inflation gets hotter. You're going to see more higher. That means that growth stocks are going to are going to rally. Do the opposite of Kramer. You outperform the market, apparently. So we've got 5 minutes. I'm bearish today, Alex. I'm bearish. What do I think about Pineapple Energy? I'm just looking at Pineapple Energy there, J-Spec. Pineapple Energy, it's got a catalyst. They're just acquiring Sun Energy. So they're just acquiring another company. That's the catalyst that it's using. We'll see if it reacts. I've not jumped in, being cautious, but yes, I did, Pat. I traded right most of the day. I traded Meta, continued trading Meta long. I think I'd started Meta, trading Meta to the long side whilst I was on the stream. Traded it long, got profitable long. I made a little over, I think about $1,400 or whatever it was to the long side, and then I traded it to the short side. Overall made about $4,000 on Meta. I traded was it Max yesterday as well? Just think I'll tell you exactly what the results were. Where's my journal? So Mac, yeah. So I traded Mac yesterday. And managed to get green on it because I was about $1,200 down on that pre-market. Got faked out twice, then it rallied towards the end. So I put a descending resistance line on that in pre-market, and then later in the day, as it broke that descending resistance and then went and broke the VWAP, that's when I got in and rode it up and managed to get green on that. So that was Mac. Roblox, I think you saw me trade that on the live stream. And I traded Upstart, but I was still red on Upstart. I didn't manage to get green on Upstart. So we finished over goal. We did $5,500 across the course of the day. From, I think we were $3,000 down when I left the stream. So that's an 8,000 swing in my favor. So that's not bad. So Coinbase, I'll have a look at Coinbase for you. So I'm watching Peggy, but it's not overly bullish. So Coinbase is moving up, breaking highs. Up at 47.80s, 47.90s. It's testing $48. So Coinbase looking reasonably strong at the moment. We'll see. I think Coinbase might be affected by the CPI numbers as well, which are due to drop in a little over a minute. So let's watch for that. We're also going to get the jobless claims as well. So it's not just CPI today. We've got the jobless claims. I am, like I say, Alex, I'm bearish on the CPI numbers. I think, and to be fair, if we got a red wave yesterday, I think we could have seen. On the midterms, but that just never happened. I think that could have affected the market. The fact that we didn't get the red wave, the market's kind of meh, as you were. Oh, stop, Pat. Tuesday was ridiculous. Monday was ridiculous, let alone Tuesday. At least I managed to claw some of it back on Monday. Let's see the SPY. Going to be dropping. I've just put the market on here. This is the overall market. This is the SPY. It represents the S&P500, and the numbers are just about to come out. So we should see them drop in the next minute or so. Not today. There we go. The numbers are dropping. So the SPY just spiked up. Wow, must be good numbers. Jobless claims. Right, okay. So the jobless claims are bigger than expected. So that's good for the economy. So let's wait for the that's the jobless claims coming up. I'm looking for the CPI data because don't get excited. SPY numbers have just shot this up, but if the CPI numbers come out, they could actually turn this in the opposite direction. the jobless claims right now. So initial jobless claims are 225,000 versus 220,000, which was the estimate. So the higher jobless is better for the market, the way it's reacting at the moment. The lower the jobless, so the more people unemployed, the better, because they're not going to spend as much. And the core CPI coming out now. Month over month for October, 0.3 versus the 0.5 estimated, so that's good. That's better than expected. Oh, we might see a rally across the board here, guys. Continuing jobless claims, 1.493 million versus the 1.475 million. So more people unemployed, more people have lost their jobs over the last while. So and so CPI is coming in month over month lower than estimated. No, I didn't open a position, Alex. I'm waiting for the actual legitimate CPI numbers, not just month over month. All I've got at the moment is the month over month numbers. But here we go. So year over year. So core CPI year over year 6.3 versus the 6.5 estimated. That's not bad. And the CPI year over year 7.7. So that's actually really good. So we'll see a nice bullish day today. We should see. So we've got the estimate. Estimate was 8%. I was anticipating it to be more than that, just based on what I'm feeling at the pinch. But I don't live in the US, so maybe you guys are getting it easier than we are over here in Europe, because the inflation is actually worse over here. And 7.7% year over year versus 8%. So that's very bullish. So we could see a nice rally today, guys. And Tammy Abrahams, Alistair. For me, if I had to choose between the three, I'd choose Abrahams. That's so good. Good CPI and jobless numbers. So it's a double whammy. Hopefully that will ignite a little bit of volatility to the upside for us. Let's see what's happening now. AMD. Right, you're moving up. Nvidia. That's pulling back already, so ouch. Meta. Oh, Meta just jumped huge amounts. Got over the spike from yesterday. So the high of yesterday was with Meta was 104.90. It's now over 105. Still a huge gap to fill with Meta, but we'll see. Yeah, was watching the CPI. It's just dropped out. Well, Teddy, to be fair, the way I see this is Abrahams or Wilson, or definitely not Tony. I think Tony's overrated. But Wilson or Abrahams, they're not going to get a kick anyway. So you're only taking them for the bants, really. The only way they're going to get a kick is if Kane gets injured. King Yao, so no, it doesn't. So it means that inflation is coming down. So King Yao, CPI data, if it's lower than last month, it means that inflation is coming down. It means the cost of everything is getting lower, which is good. So whereas it's the inverse of that with the jobless claims, it basically means that the more people that are out there spending, the more inflation will continue to rise. So if people are losing their jobs, then the market can rally because there's less people out there spending. So Yeah, so the England squad gets announced later. The Wales squad was announced yesterday. Let's not discount, and so was the Scotland squad. Let's not discount the other home nations just because of the team that gets overhyped, always overhyped. High of this is 07. Spies up. You pro. Oh. So this is the ETF, multiple ETF that looks after the ProShares. So ProShares ETF. Nice. We got the Nasdaq up, even the Russell Index. So that's that. They've pumped big time. Peru selling. Upstart up. Roblox up. So there's a lot. We should have just jumped on a few of those and traded some for the move. Varner up. What's going on with my buying power? Just a minute. What's going on here? Where is that? What am I doing? Wait a minute. Well, no, I don't think the elections are going to affect the market too much. They're king. If we'd seen a red wave, I think you could have seen some impact on the elections, but we've not seen the red wave, so let's see what the market's going to do. What's going on here? I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm actually really contemplating that, Teddy, because I'm just waiting to see what direction the market does. If the market, I'm looking for like 2 or 5 minute candles to break a low, and then I might take a short position because Meta's just going to follow the market. But it's always risky taking a short position on something, unless it's really extended, it's always risky taking a short position on something when it's over the VWAP. I would expect it to drop over time. Yeah, I mean, I'd be very surprised if the market continues to rally the whole day. It's going to drop at some point. It's got to. I mean, this initial spike up is just too bullish. So we'll get a period of consolidation. Might continue to rally, but we'll get a period of consolidation where it pulls back a little bit, and we'll get stocks like Meta and AMD and the rest. JSpec, I don't trade futures, simply for the fact that the move, like we just had a huge move on the markets, and it's moved 3%. Well, not even, because it was already up on the day. It's moved like 2.5%. Whereas if it's a derivative, so it moves up because the stock that it's made up of, the instruments it's made up of, are moving up. So because it's a derivative, you're only going to get incremental moves, very small. So that means you need to take huge leverage. So for example, if you trade the SPX, you won't see the movement here because the market's not open. So trade the SPX. So the SPY is like the SPX, but it's a tenth of the price. So the SPX is a futures market. If you're trading this, you can get the E-mini, which is the same price as the SPY. You can trade the futures on the E-mini, but it's like 3,700 a share. So you have to take huge leverage just to buy in, and even more leverage just to get use of the incremental move. So just to buy in, let's say you've got a $10,000 account. In order to get anywhere near that, you're going to need 60 or 100, 120x leverage, and the higher the leverage, the bigger the risk. So no, that's one of the many reasons I don't trade futures. I'm not saying it's wrong to trade futures, but many people do, and do it successfully. But you've got to manage your risk accordingly, and you've got to set your expectations. I just think there's a lot more profitability trading equities themselves. So if I look at Meta, for example, which is 105, I could trade the SPY or the E-mini for about 350 or whatever it is, but it's moved 3%, whereas Meta's already moved twice as much as the E-mini has already. So yeah. I had that pullback, breaking a new high here, so I'm just giving this a little bit of leeway. If it continues to rally, I'll scale in. Morning to Mimi. So I'm not shorting Meta just yet. I've taken 1,000 shares, and if it breaks highs, I'll scale in and add to the position, and that's how I'm going to do it today. So all of the ETFs that track the market track the market long. All the index-linked ETFs are all top of the momentum stack now. So we're looking at the bull shares, the stock shares, all of these kind of things. Microsectors, semiconductors, FANG index. The triple Qs. Yeah, futures has a lot of liquidity in it. You're going to get volume, but the problem with that is you're not getting the volatility. You've got liquidity and volume, but not volatility. That's the thing, James. So you get more reliable movement. You're not going to get the huge flushes intraday. You're not going to get the huge rallies intraday that you get with micro float stocks. I look for low cap, low float stocks for a reason. It's a lot riskier, absolutely, but the opportunity to make money is more as well. The opportunity to lose money is also higher, but the opportunity to make money is higher. So I'm just going to give this 10 cents on it. I'll give it 30 cents. Risk 300. Looking at the range, it's 38, so I'm just going to give it 30 cents. The ATR is 38. No, I've not got Facebook on my in my portfolio. I just don't see the viability of it long term right now. Personally, yes, it's got a lot of institutional investment. It's got a good balance sheet, etc. So there's a lot going for it, but what's the USP? What has it got that can't be replicated or outdone? And it's certainly not at the forefront of innovation. Used to be, but it's no longer at the forefront of innovation. I mean, you look at what it's doing. It stole TikTok's algorithm. Well, not the algorithm. It's investing in AI to compete with TikTok's algorithm. But it's an idea that came up with TikTok. They've branded it as Reels and stuck it on Instagram and Facebook. And it's like you're trying to keep. So basically, what you see on TikTok. A month later, you see it going viral on Instagram and Facebook because it's already been done on TikTok. That's the problem. It's playing catch up. So Meta, for me, whilst it has a huge presence, huge footprint, I'm not convinced long term of the viability. I think what's the next big thing? Is it going to be Meta? Will they continue to I've not got Tesla in my long-term portfolio. I've got Amazon since the split. I'm holding Nvidia because I'm bullish on Nvidia. I think Nvidia is really good. I'm holding Procter and Gamble as well. At the end of the day, everybody needs toiletries. Yeah, I think there's no harm in the one thing. If you're trading futures, one thing I would say about trading futures is there's no PDT rule. That's for sure. All right, let's see what's moving. Are we getting anything other than the big stocks moving with not really. Do we have a catalyst for Unity software? Okay, so just analyst ratings for Unity software. A big move on analyst ratings. Of course, that will be moving with the market though. No, I haven't, James. What's happening with Veru? So Veru is down heavy. Simple fact is that they went into the news halt yesterday, and if you read anything about the news of what's actually happened to them, the FDA went into a meeting to vote on the use of the drugs. for the likes of COVID and respiratory diseases and stuff, and they voted against it. So that's why they've lost 60-odd%, literally. Well, I say overnight, but it's over the last 24 hours. It just gapped down 60%. There was no trading. Trading was suspended the whole of yesterday, and Veru just gapped down. However, that being said, it's the VWAP is very close, and I'm looking at Veru for a potential bounce. It's a heavy drop, and we'll see. Keep my eye on it. Okay, so I'm thinking Meta could be a short today. We'll see. I just want to see if there's anything moving, going parabolic. Yeah, the footprint charts, James, I've looked at them, but I just think, for me, there's already a lot going on with what I'm trying to get on board in terms of the information. The footprint charts are interesting. They give a hell of a lot more information, but I think it's information overload to me. So, you know, some people might find it better, but I can't. So Veru for me needs to get above $6, ideally above $6.50. But right now we're just going to see a lot of consolidation this morning. We'll see what happens at the open. People might think it's a steal and it'll pump, but just be careful. As quickly as people think it's a steal, it was heavily shorted, so there might be a bunch of shorts cover. There might be a whole bunch of basically locking in profits. So you might get a false rally at the open with Veru, because it was like 22% shorted. So the fact that it's down 60%, if you had a position with a stock, it went into a halt overnight and you were holding it short, and then it gapped down 60%, you'd cover at least half your position. You'd lock that in straight away. Yeah, but it's not gapped down. It's not gapped down 60% overnight. That's the thing, and that's what I'm saying. Is if you got 20% short, and let's just say half of them decide to cover and lock in profits, it's going to cause a little bit of a rally and the price to move up, and it may cause the rest of them to say, okay, well, let's get the rest. Let's lock in the rest. So it could potentially trigger a short squeeze in the same way as shorts that are underwater will want to cover and minimize the losses. You're going to get greed tends to be fear is obviously a bigger emotion than greed. So, but greed is just a stronger emotion when it comes to, you know, locking in gains. People might say this is going to go. It's $5. How much further can it go down? It was up at $15 a couple of days ago. So if you've been shorting it, your quid's in. You're laughing all the way to the bank. You're going to lock in profits. You might keep a little position and put a stop in there, maybe $8 or $10 or whatever. But you're going to be shorting this. If you're shorting it at 15, you're definitely going to be locking gains in at 5. So it's above the VWAP now. There, coming up to 590. So we've got 35 minutes to the bell. Taken the one trade so far with Meta, and I cut it early. it's going sideways at the moment. It's following the market. So watch the market. If the market decides to trend in a particular direction now, that's the way you want to go with. Well, I don't offer Gary Lumpkins. I don't offer financial advice, but personally, with the CPI data, the jobless claims, it looks like it's going to be bullish. You've got the volatility of the market on the open. You're probably going to get stung straight away in terms of putting puts. So it depends on what value you're looking for, but and what kind of strike price you're looking for, or what strike date you're looking for, expiry date you're looking for. But I don't think the S&P 500 will hold this rally, not long term at least. I think we've still got some pain ahead of us. So this here is a big problem. Struggling now. MSGM. That's gapped up, but no volume there. New highs across the board on the markets. Coinbase moving up. So uranium energy corps. There's no volume on this one, George. Right now, there's nobody trading it. It's moved up nicely. It's currently up 7% on the day, but it's done it on very low volume. So 106. It's hammering underneath. I'd wait for volume to come in before trading that personally. Not financial advice. You do you, boo-boo. But if you're going to be trading it, if you want reliable outcomes, you want volume. You need volume for the reliable outcomes. Otherwise, it's just speculation. Which way is it going to go? Rivian Automotive. AMC making moves up. I did say AMC would follow the market, and it has. So with Amazon back over 90s. Still a steal in my opinion. Yeah, Amazon's been pretty beat up for the last while, but I'm obviously long on Amazon. I'm holding it long term, but you know, I'm not holding it in hopium. I'm holding it because I know it will return to the highs down the line, and that's what my long-term portfolio is about. What's a reliable punt? What's a reliable bet that yes, it's beat up right now, but down the line it's going to be worth not just what it was, but more. And Amazon's one of those. So DraftKings moved up with the CPI. A lot of these stocks have just moved up with the CPI number. So unless you got the initial pump with the CPI, then that's consolidation right now. Going to see which way the market's. It's going up slightly, it's trending upwards slightly. Look at the S&P 500. We can see that it is upwards trending. Got this support line which is upwards trending. So as soon as it breaks this support line, then maybe we'll start to consolidate a bit and pull back. Very trying to get up to $6. I think $6 could be a key level for Veru. 650 definitely, and $7. It spiked up to $7 on resumption, but I wouldn't really read too much in that. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing because I've not received any notification that they're going to be doing something. So whether they're putting pictures up or bloody knocking the building down, I don't know. I don't even know which bloody neighbour it is. That's the whole point. Well, that was an interesting half an hour, 15, 20 minutes. We had the volatility on the drop of that news, and then everything's gone back to tranquil again. So, go figure. I'm just going to take a position with Veru now for the break of $6. Above the VWAP. I'll scale in if it gets above $6. $590 was, yeah, so $594 was the previous high after it opened. Well, $593 was the high of this candle, so which is where I pretty much got in. But yeah, possibly there, Alistair. We'll see. It's a good start. Oh, the range on this. Volatility, I like it. Spreads, 20 cents. Ouch. I like it. So very heavy down overnight. Oh, say overnight. Heavily down. Big sell-off because of bad FDA news. So I got in to Veru. My first entry was 593. I scaled in, added to the position, so my average is now just under 610. So whilst this is moving up, I'm just going to hold it with 5,000 shares for now. If it breaks 650, I'll add to the position. We've got 20, just over 20 minutes to the bell. First candle breaks a new low is when I get out. That's the rule of thumb in a market like we have today. The low is 15, funnily enough. I'll make 5 cents on this at the worst case scenario. I think you should be okay with that, Gary. I'll be very surprised. Yeah, I think you should be okay with that. What are we? SPY 385, down to 375 again. Yeah, I think you'll be okay with that. We've got another CPI drop before then. No, we don't. We've got a couple of jobless drops before then, but yeah, I think you'll be okay with that. Well, I'm not at all religious there, Gary. But if you want to ask some invisible man in the sky to help you out, and it gives you comfort, you do you, boo boo. No, I'm a fat man on the internet. There's a difference. I'm certainly not invisible. There's nobody could say that I'm invisible. That's for sure. I think personally on the markets, I think we're going to get a lot of consolidation. We're going to get a bit of up and down, as we always do in that first hour. I think we'll probably see a bit of a rally across the course of the day, but we're up. The SPY's 3.2% up. I can't see it going up 4% or whatever. Going to lock in some gains here. That's 325. Just move my average cost up to 618. 620 is my exit. Yeah, scalping is if you want to scalp today, I don't think you'd be wrong to do that. Just going to lock in half more gets me green on the day, and now I can just be relatively safe with this trade. I can hold it, get back in it, add to my position at 650, or I'm out at 620. Just going to scale this. So everything's just consolidating right now. There's not a huge amount of volatility. Veru is, funny enough, is the top momentum stock right now. So I'm not the only one watching this. You are not the only people watching this. This is probably being watched by majority of retail traders right now, given the lack of volatility in the market right now. In terms of volume as well. You don't just want the volatility, you want the volume too. And this has moved up, what, 11% in the last 15 minutes on 6 million shares of volume. So Veru has got form of being able to move intraday, you know, $3, $4, $5 intraday. The last time it was at this price, it moved up to $13 intraday, from $7 up to $13. So just put that into perspective. I'm not saying it will, I'm just saying it has done in the past. And it's got a huge window to fill. A window to $10. Well, Meta is 107 right now, Fuzzy. So if we get over 650 here, I think we'll probably get up to $7 across the course of the day, maybe even higher. We'll see if it goes parabolic or not today. Veru, there's a lot of people watching this, but I will be putting a stop in place at the bell. We've got 17 minutes to 17 minutes to the bell. I don't mind holding this at the bell, but I will be putting a stop in place at the $0.25. You can be quiet too. What did I just say to you? They've not even given you, they don't even like you anymore. They've not given you 3,000 likes on TikTok, so they don't even like you. Barking. Oh, if they have given you 3,000 likes, okay, you can have it. You can have a treat. Yes, come on then. This is a double, it's all stuck together. So, come on, you gotta jump up and get it. Go on, off you go. You nearly took my fingers off. So we've got some confirmed support here at 620, so that's my exit. My buying, the current cost is 618, so I'm out at 620 if we doesn't find support there. Where does she sleep? She sleeps on the floor. She has a bed, actually. I bought her a bed when she was a puppy, and she'd never lay on it. She won't lie on it. Yeah, so she sleeps at the foot of my bed on the floor. When I had her boyfriend over, he slept like right on the floor right next to me. I was snoring away, she was snoring away, and he was snoring away. All the three of us snoring away in one room. I would hate to have been somebody else in that room if if there was anybody. Afternoon, Imran. Hope you're having a good one. What's that when it's at home, Alistair? I've never heard of it. A barber bed. Does that mean she gets a haircut while she's lying down? Nice one, Imran. Love to see it. You've gotta like it. If it was open market, what I'd be doing now is I'd be setting my stop at 620 and I could move on and do other things. But I don't want to get caught in a bloody flush here. We've got 13 minutes to the market open, so a sell or a continuation on the market as a whole, or on Veru? Ah, right, okay. Arbery, yeah, okay. No, she prefers the cold floor, so occasionally I'll find her she's been sleeping in the bathroom on the tiles. With all the fur that she's got, all the floof that she's got, because she's got a double coat as well. Particularly if she's indoors. I mean, she doesn't shed. Chow chows don't shed. They have a seasonal molt twice a year, so they don't shed. So all that floof is all year round. It's a double coat as well, so they tend to prefer lying on wherever it's cool or cold or whatever. I did get a cooling mat, and then I lost it when I moved. I don't know where it went. Probably left it behind, or left it in the van or something. The markets, I think we're probably going to be. I think we'll move up slightly, but by the end of the day, we'll finish green on the day. But I just don't think we'll be the SPY, for example. I think probably it'll be lower than where it is right now. I think we're going to have a bit of chop across the course of the day. I can relax a bit now because we're up at 640s. So I'm not adding to the position with only 12 minutes before the bell. I'll just hold this position and then add at the bell. I'll put a stop in place, add at the bell, and hopefully ride this up for a nice parabolic mover. Gap down and go. A drop and a dip and rip, as it were. Had success with Veru in the past. It's adhering to that trend line on the SPY. Interesting trend line. I drew a trend line earlier on the SPY if you want to look at it. So I drew it from here, and it's adhering to it right now, and that's kind of bullish. So who says technical analysis doesn't work? I defy you. Of course, you need to. Technical analysis doesn't work if there's a fundamental catalyst. Fundamentals beats technicals every day. If you've got a fundamental catalyst, it's going to out-trump the patterns and the breakouts. Don't care what the patterns are saying. If a fundamental catalyst comes out, it's going to adhere to the fundamental rather than the technical. But just in terms of generic price action trading without an additional fundamental catalyst, technical analysis works. It does. Is there a whole lot of shorts in on Veru? Yes, there was. So it was 22% shorted before the halt, which is what I'm saying is that a lot of those shorts will look to take profit, which in itself could trigger a short squeeze, because you'll get people who it's gap down 60%. They're like, okay, well, I'll lock in half my gains and I'll let the rest ride as it continues to sell off. At which point, those gains will add to the momentum. Basically, so it's a buy. All those with the lock in, that cover half the position, those are buying. So that then pushes the price up. So then they might think, okay, well, I'm getting less and less for my buck. So maybe I should. They'll either try and double down on the position and short it more, which is unlikely, or they'll liquidate the position for the gains that they've got and lock in the profits, which is what I would do, is lock in my profits. If I was short on Veru and it gapped down, I'd be locking in all my profits and then look for is it going to continue selling off or not. But me locking in my profits will add to the buying pressure. So we've got 8 minutes to the bell. So a short squeeze can be triggered from large movements in either direction. I mean, let's face it, people are in the markets to make money. They're not in it to ruin companies. They're going short on a company because they think it's going to make them money because the price is going to go further down. They're not in it because they want that company to fail. Nobody wants a company to fail, and nobody invests to the short side because they want a company to fail. I mean, that just doesn't happen. Well, it might happen, but that's usually from a malicious point of view. But on the whole, the majority of people going short are doing it because they believe that the price of a company is going to fall or the company is going to fail. They're not doing it to make the company fail. But like I said on the Discord there, Alistair, you probably read it, is that the reaction to the FDA news, I think, was a little bit overzealous. It's a huge gap down. I mean, some analysts were saying a 45. They're expected to lose 45%. It's lost 60. So I think the 45% probably would have been more likely, a more realistic expectation on those FDA. And then this is why you don't hold stock at this level overnight. Or it's not, you can do, of course, but it's always risky to hold these kind of crappy low flow, low value stocks overnight, because a bit of news comes out, you get it caught in a halt news pending. Imagine having 10,000 shares in Veru at $15 a share. That's $150,000 worth of equity. You wake up this morning and you've got 50,000. You lost 100 grand overnight. A lot of positions get liquidated on that. And of course, there's going to be positions that will get liquidated as a result of that gap down, and that in itself is going to put pressure the other way. So, in terms of selling. So I'm holding, but my out is at 620, as I've said. That's not changed. I've got a 10-cent spread right now. So 2 cents now. We're getting a lot of support at 620. If it breaks 620, it's going to be looking a little bit bearish. Be quiet. Nobody's interested in what you've got to say. They've not even give you 5,000 likes yet. So when they give you 5,000 likes, then you can have a another treat. Okay? Not beforehand. Well, the SPY is continuing to climb. I mean, it's up at testing 388 now. .7% up. The Nasdaq is 4.7% up, which is even better. Even, you know, the tech stocks are really motoring. The Russell index, which is the small cap index, is also up huge amounts. That's 4.2% up. I don't trade the news. I trade the price action reaction to the news. AR. Trying to anticipate, if the news is coming out, trying to anticipate the market reaction to the news can get you in hot water. You can get it right, but you can get it massively wrong sometimes. The market can react illogically, and very often does, and it can be completely irrational and stay irrational longer than you can stay afloat. Trading news is one thing, but I prefer to trade the price action. I mean, from an investment point of view, if you're going long term on something and then good news comes out and it's bullish, then you might want to add to your position on the back of good news, but it's on the back of an already stable foundation. But with these low float, low cap stocks, what you don't want to be doing is holding these, hoping that news is going to, the market's going to react in a particular way to a news catalyst, because it might not do. It might do the exact opposite. Actually, I'm just going to get out there. It broke. So look, we're green. Oh, that's a stretch. We're just before the bell. So I'm watching Veru at the bell. The S&P 500 is really motoring up here now at 387. Meta not so much. I thought it would follow, but this is motoring up. Meta just consolidating sideways, 107. So if you look at Meta, very sideways. Still trending upwards, but not at the same incline as the wider market. Nasdaq, that is just phenomenally bullish right now. I'm just watching Veru. Anything else before the bell rings that I can see? DBGI? No, not really. Now's the time to go for your for bathroom breaks. If you've got one, quickly. You've got 30 seconds before the bell rings. Would I exit Amazon or wait for it to go even higher? It depends. If you're in it short term, then take profit. Take some profit now and leave a piece in, and let that go higher, and then you can add back at a later stage for whatever. But if you're in Amazon now and you're trading intraday and you're profitable, let's see which way and the SPY's moving up on the bell. So it's rallying again at the open. But look, just remember, Imran, nobody goes broke taking profits. So if you're in it, lock in some gains and leave a piece. If you think it's going to go higher, leave some in there to continue on the move. You can always scale in at a later stage, but if it doesn't and it kind of peaks out, you can actually get out and at least you're in a profitable trade. Just pulling back a little bit after that initial first minute. Let the first opening range form and then see what happens. AMV halted to the downside, it looks like. Got a couple of volatility halts already. We've made 200 bucks today so far. Big sell-off on the SPY. Big red candle on the SPY. Amazon, right? That's defying odds. So Amazon's still motoring. Meta selling off with the S&P. Upstart selling off with the S&P. Veru just ranging sideways. Fisker halted. I'm not seeing these the price spikes or the high of day or day high series. Not seeing that. But let's see. Come on, scanner, sort it out. Give me something to trade. Well, you're already in the money, Gary. Good start. There we go. Neo. Neo had earnings as well this morning, I believe. Meta, big sell-off, along with the market. So there's a bit of a correction. I'm not saying it's going to continue selling off. I do think we're going to be green on the day. It will stay green. I just don't think it's going to be like 3.5%, 4% green. So we'll see a bit of a sell-off, but it will be a bullish day because we're gapped up. I just don't think we'll continue moving up. It's a big move to try and maintain. Okay, so here we go. Pre-market highs. Lock in half. Scale back in a minute if it continues up. I've not yet. I think we're going to get more of that dip SC. Crypto, I don't think we're done. Put my stop at 60 now. 5,000 shares. I've got my stop just 4 cents above my buy-in, so I'm just going to let that ride. It might stop me out, but that doji on the 1 minute is making it look a bit ominous right now. I'm just going to let that ride. If we break 7, I can scale in. What happened to them? They sold off. So what happened to Veru is they were halted news pending because the FDA was voting on the use of the product, whatever it was, the distribution for drugs or whatever it is, and they voted against it. So that's why it sold off hard and it gapped down. It was halted. Trading was halted for 24 hours and it gapped down over 60%. So whilst that doji is a reversal sign. Now I'm looking at maybe if it breaks new highs, I'll leave that in there because that's a key level. And I'm going to put this at 620 because that's a key level. Pre-market. And the low of day so far is 605. Actually, I don't need that there because I've got that on the montage. Crypto's had a lot of issues. The second biggest exchange, FTX, got hunted by Binance. No, actually, FTX invited Binance to invest and buy them as a kind of a merger stroke acquisition thing. And it was a non-binding agreement, which is always a bit worry. So they got to look at the guys over at Binance got to look at the books, saw that it didn't have didn't have much liquidity, decided that no, we're not going ahead, and as a result of that, they're going bankrupt. They're basically declaring that they're on the verge of bankruptcy if they don't get rescued. So they were looking to Binance to rescue them, and quite frankly, Binance didn't like the look of it. Well, I always go back to the drawing board there, Fuzzy. AR. So what's one thing very important in price action? Is that a question or is that a preposition? Are you about to tell us what's important, or you want me to tell you one thing that's important about price action? Because I'd say one of the biggest things in terms of price action, one of the biggest things you want to be looking for is the trend. But yes, you've got the volatility, but you also need volume coming in as well. So I'm looking at the volume down here. We've got that first candle didn't go anywhere. So that's your shorts and your longs kind of battling it out with each other. That's the highest volume candle of the day, didn't go anywhere. And then we got this candle here, but it went up. So now I'm looking at 685. I think that was the 685, the high of day. But US Tether getting depegged is a bit of a worry, because if Tether collapses, you're going to see a whole world of pain. You're going to see a whole world of pain on the crypto space if Tether actually collapses properly. So we're green, we're going to stay green. Short up. You're not having another treat until we've got 5,000 likes, I've told you. What's the like count on TikTok? Somebody let me know. But funny enough, we've got this resistance. What was resistance? The pre-market high has just turned into support here, guys. Who says technical analysis doesn't work? It absolutely does. That sounds like it's above me, but there's nobody above me. I'm on the top floor. All right, what else is moving, guys? Anything on volume? Only the best, Fuzzy. Only the best. Magnite. Yeah. Not seeing. Not seeing that really. I'm thinking Varu will probably come good later in the day. I'm thinking Meta's good for a short right now. Wow. Falling knife. Damn, I didn't look at this the SPY. The SPY just bounced on the VWAP heavily. You're taking a shot, you want to be looking at where the SPY is, because if the SPY's coming into a key support level, you want to bear that in mind. Because it will follow the SPY. Get out there. Broke new highs on the SPY. First candle breaks a high. So that takes us back red on the day. I still think Meta's a short today. We'll see. Peru looking reasonable. Pulled all the way back down to this pre-market high again. $60. All right, Meta coming up to the VWAP. Will be worth a short for a VWAP fade. I'm just going to watch the SPY at the same time. Oh, for God's sakes. Would you go and spam someone else's channel? I'm not interested in your 69mega.com or whatever it is you're hunting. There's a nice VWAP bounce on the SPY, but that Q, low volume. Right. double bottom on the upwards, so don't mind a pullback. The SPY, it's coming back round again. Method up at the VWAP could be a short right now. So the SPY's pulling back a little bit. We need this to break the session high, which is currently 685. Gold is moving up, is it? I dare say other precious metals will follow suit then. The 2 cents below that level, the $0.50. Got some support here at the $0.50. A couple of times here, so it's confirmed support level right now. So 49.996, 50, 52. Let's see what's happening with Meta and the SPY. So this is how the SPY is looking. So the sell-off, now it's rallying again. So very strong. I was completely wrong about Meta having a VWAP fade. It's over the VWAP, so looking very strong. But this very strong VWAP bounce all the way down to the VWAP and then move up. Amazon moving up. Beyond Meat. AMC motoring, breaking highs. Absolutely. New highs. What about GameStop? That's breaking highs as well. Maybe not so much. There's a double bottom formation here, W formation here, so that potentially could go back up towards 380s. A good 10-cent move there. AMD pulling back. I'm still in Veru, but I've got my stop in place there, so it's stopped me out. So Veru stopped out. Got a lot of slip, a hell of a lot of slippage there. Dang. 20-cent slippage there. That's nasty. Pulling back on the SPY. So Meta pulling back with it. This is not a day for me, is it? Again. All right, back to basics. Yeah, I'm going to give that a rest. All right, I'm going to go back to basics. What am I normally trading? Low float stocks. Meta's not playing ball for me today. It played yesterday. Maybe later in the day it will once it starts adhering to a trend. But right now it's not. That's just typical. Got out of Veru, look at that. It pulled all the way down. Back up where it started. That's just typical. What did I get out at? What did it stop me out at? 631. Look at that. It stopped me out at 6. I had a stop here and it stopped me at 631 and bounced all the way back up. How's about that for stop hunting? Dang, Veru. You're going to make me some money today. Man, that same candle that stopped me out finished green on the day. Break 8, 6, 8. If we break highs of days, I'm going to add to my position here. Just trading in this range between 650 and 680. So if we're looking for a bounce move up, $7 is key. Been rejected here. What time are we on? Oh, we're 25 minutes in the market. Met at under 105. No, met at under 106 is a short for me. Below the VWAP again, it's short. Stopped out at the top of the high of day there. Let's lock in a little bit. Did break a new high though. That's bullish. Apple make breaking highs. High of day. Oh yeah, Matt. Quite often trades often affect me emotionally, but I just look. You feel the emotion, and then you just got to get over it and get on with it. Because sometimes, like the hoodie trade earlier in the week, I was absolutely mortified with that. But you've got to get over it. It's at the end of the day, what is it? It's money. Well, it's not even money. It's not real. That's the mentality I approve. That's the mentality that I approach with it. The old Matthew McConaughey, it's a Fugazi, it's a Faguzzi, it's fairy dust, that kind of stuff. Until you can try and withdraw it from your account, that's exactly what it is. It's just numbers on a screen, and if you've got to approach it with that mentality, it's the high score on a computer game. It's, you know, try and remove whatever you can do to remove the emotions from the trade will allow you to be trading a lot better. The emotions can make you do some stupid things. Exactly. If your heart's beating, Max, that means you're trading too big. If your heart's racing, you're trading too big. Now, a lot of people like that. They like the rush. Sorry, but that's the wrong way to trade. That's gambling mentality. And I'm saying that I do that all the time, and I enjoy the rush. But still, it's gambling mentality. If you want to be a consistently profitable trader, you want to be trading at a level that's boring. You want to be trading at a level where it's not affecting your emotions, so that you can afford to lose it. You know, the maximum you should be risking on a trade is 3%. 3% of your equity, not 30%, which tends to be what I'm prepared to do, but 3% of your equity on any given trade. doubled down. I'm going big size here. So trading between the range. So I'm going 67 is my average. On the belief that we're going to move back up off the support of the $0.50. Now, it might flush back down below, so I'm going to give it a little bit of room on that as well. Just this huge hammer candle here is giving me bullish intentions. Well, that's the thing. If there's real money in the line, on the line, Max, there's always an element of emotion going to be involved. It doesn't matter if it's 50 bucks or 50,000 bucks. There's going to be emotions involved because there's money on the line. Why have I got no buying power? All right. And that's not clever. I've still got some buying power left, but I've not got full margin on this. So I can't go bigger size. Just don't have the margin on it. That's not clever. Or leverage rather. Meta breaking highs, AMD breaking highs, the SPY pulling back a little bit. No, that's pretty much where I am, but that's the high of the last 5-minute candle is 67, and that's my buy-in, so it needs to break a new high. Need a 5-minute candle makes a new high now. Could be at the races. Oh, it's going to drop eventually. It did. It dropped overnight 60%. Yeah, I'm not interested in that, Ed. Not even the slightest bit. No FOMO for Hoodie. No. Don't care whether it's halted up or down. 650 again on that. Yeah. That spike down was a pain. So, otherwise, but for that spike down, I'd have made a bit of profit here already. It's the support here at that's 653. It's actually 650, $0.50 support here across the board, and there tapped it here. Of course, we're in the range of the $0.50. It's just that it was the previous high was 653, so World Cup sales, fair enough. You're in at 622 there, Fuzzy. $666 was the high of that, so the previous high. What do I think of APPS? Digital Turbine, let me have a quick look at the chart. No, there's no. Oh, right, sorry. Yeah, I'd say it's looking fairly strong, but it's not doing too badly. It's up at 1560s. It's kind of plateauing a bit now. We've got a few dojis up there, which is a sign of indifference. So really needs to break highs, which are 1572. If it breaks the $0.75 level, it could get up to 16. Watch the stop hunters. Yeah, absolutely. That's what got me last time. I had my stop just below the $0.50, and it bounced when it flushed. Most annoying. We move back up to 680 maybe. Slow and steady. AMD breaking highs. There's a lot of good moves today. Just need to get in on them. Well, as soon as I get out of this trade. Going to be plenty action today. It's going to continue for most of the day, the action today. Unity Software, that's motoring. From 20, just under 22 up to 28 now. Unity motoring. It's already done that super chip. Did that here. So the liquidity is drying up, the volume is drying up, so probably just going to get out, put my put some of it, reduce the exposure a little bit. Up at 670s. lock some of that in. I'll put my stop at 670 and let this ride now. Let's have a look at what else is in play. I'll come back to that later. Who knows? If it breaks 685, we might be at the races, but we'll see. Unity software is looking very tasty. Not great when it comes to very halted. Oh, it's up at $7. Oh, finally got the breakout. I can move my stop up. 686. 685. That was 685 was the previous. We're up to 683. Okay, so let's ride this up. $691 on the stop. Got 7,500 shares in there, so this is a free trade now. Okay. Got 5,000 shares in. We're back to 5,000 in the hole, so we've right. What I'm going to do now here is I'm going to swap that out for a 20-cent trailing stop when it breaks over 710. Right, I can leave that there now for a while. I can look at other things. Meta, yeah, nah, it's looking at plateau now, so Unity was looking good. Looking strong. Thing is with Unity, I've not got any leverage on this, so I'm playing a cash account with Unity, so I'm not going to trade that one. Weetabix. Weetabix. No. Well, let's go back to Veru. It's looking like it's doing its job now. Finally, at long last, Veru's actually doing something. I was going to poke it with a stick. See if it can wake up. Trying to scale into this slowly. Average cost is $7. I've got 7,500 shares. Nice one. Got 10,000 shares. Let's see what we can get out of this now. Got a 20-cent trailing stop on Veru right now. 10,000 shares. Swap that out for a 10-cent stop, I think. We'll just swapped it with a 10-cent stop. 12 cents is the ATR, so let's see what we get. Well, there we go. We're green again. Just made 4,000 on Veru, so that takes us green on the day. Before it started pulling back, I kind of figured that we were getting extended up there, so we were due a pullback. So happy days. We're green on the day. It's made, well, we $6,000 we just made on Veru. That's a $6,000 swing in our favour. I'll get out there. Oh, shit, that stop's not worked. That is the stupid limit stop. We're bouncing. Get out. Easy come, easy go. I had a terrible migraine the other day as well. Had to go and have a nap. But Veru, it's not done for mine, I don't think. Oh, too late for that super chip. I had a problem with the stop as it pulled back and exiting. I put a stop in instead of selling, and so I'm 600 in the hole. So I have to keep trading it. Day 78. It's pulling back a little bit too far. That upwick is a warning sign. Nice one, Fuzzy. I wish this was a bloody demo account. It's costing me money. Faked out when it made a new high up there at 760. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Don't mind the pullback, as long as it continues. But right now we've not getting the continuation. That's all too common in the last few days. You have the move up, the flag formation, and then we don't get the continuation afterwards. I wouldn't hold it for a swing personally. Like I say, overnight, I don't like holding these low float stocks overnight, and certainly not over a weekend. You never know what news is going to come out. Like yesterday, nobody knew what the news was. I was trying to find word of what the news actually was with the news halt pending, volatility halt and trading halt pending news pending or whatever, and couldn't get word out. It came out after midnight, the news. By the maximum size I can, pretty much. With my account. This could go very wrong, or it could go very right. Are you ready for a car crash? Fuzzy, stop loss? What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. No, I'm looking at the quarter dollar there. We've got the 20 EMAs up at 720. I'm looking at the quarter dollar. It's been making moves on the quarter, half, and whole dollars all day. Now my heart's racing. Or who was it that said that? Was it Mac? Is it heart's racing when he's in a trade? Yeah, you're trading too big if your heart's racing. I'm in a trade and I'm trading too big right now because my heart's racing. Put my stop at 26. See what happens. Yeah, I'll take you for a walk after. It's not. Oh, it is time. She's used to her time. She's a creature of habit. Is this one? Yeah, I'll take you after. See if we can get profitable on this trade again. Get green and then we're done. Yeah, absolutely, that Nadja boy. That's how it works. Oh, we're going to break out then. Guess not. That's 30, 31.5. The low of that candle. So let's have a look on the 2 minute. 30 on the 2 minute. Oh, I'll get there today. Veru's going to pay me off today. I've only traded the two stocks so far. So Veru and Meta have been the two. So this is probably going to stop me out right now. It's I'm in at 27 is my stop right there. It's at 31, 30 on the bid. It's pulling down. There you go. We're stopped out at 27. So, look, it is what it is. We're back to square one. Now we need another run up like we did last time, just to break even on Veru. So we'll give that a rare line right now. Between the two, see what's happening. The Unity's pulling back. We know. Bix. No. Yeah, Jack, absolutely. But it's choppy now. Excuse me. There's a lot moving. But by trading Veru, we've missed a lot of these moves. Shut up. Veru's up on the day. I don't know how we could. We've been trading Veru since pre-market. I don't know how we're down on it. I mean, we got in Veru for the break of $6, just before $6, and currently 7.15. So should we make 10, 12 grand up on that if we traded it properly? Creating range on this 50 cents. And yeah, a lot of people missed AMC. Halted down. Vigil. There's going to be a lot of opportunities to short today. And after lunch, a lot of these stocks will become exhausted, and then shorting might be an option. Yeah, I'm going to take you in a second, okay? Yeah, absolutely would have made money on Amazon. I am making money on Amazon. I'm holding Amazon in my long-term position. But the market's pulling back a bit now, so Amazon's looking good though. We'll back up at 94s. 86 to 94. That's an $8 move. Good move intraday for Amazon for a stock of that size. Yeah, I'm going to take you in a minute. I know you're crossing your legs. I know, but look, you've got to wait. Wait your turn, okay? Yeah, everything's extended right now. So whilst this is what's happening to me at the moment. I'm just not trading very well. So I'm going to go back to Meta. Meta for me looks, if it breaks the VWAP here, I'm going short and sell it. It's the dogs distracting me, that's all. Got a short Meta. I'm going to put a stop in place at what did I get in? 69. I'll give it 10 cents. So 107.8. It's the wrong one. It's 106.8. I'm giving it $1. Okay. 106.8. Right, I put my stop in place. I'm going to take this dog through what we're in the stream. I've got to just gone short on Meta right now, so I'll come back later and let you know how I've got on. And if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. But hey, look, it is what it is. I'm only risking 500 bucks on this, so if it continues selling off, fine. If it doesn't, I've lost 500 bucks. So I'll go to take the dog for a walk and come back and see how I got on. I'll catch you guys later. I'll be back for Power Hour later anyway, so I'll see me then.